What is up, my YouTube friends? Welcome to another episode of Questions from the Truck, number 41. I hope y'all had a good week and having a good weekend. It's cold here in Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania. Man, it is really cold. But that's the time of year it is. So let's get to the show. Our first question comes from IsThisSteph. He wants to know what inspired me to create a YouTube channel. Well, all the cool kids were doing it, so I had to do one. I don't know, man. It was just like years ago when I started my YouTube channel. It was a woodworking channel. And it was more just to pass knowledge along, kind of like what it is now, sort of. Yeah, that's about it. Just something that will be out here on the interwebs for who knows how long to say I was here. That's about it. Thanks for your question, man. Lackawanna Railfan. He wants to know, what's my dream layout? The one I'm working on. I don't really have one, man. I'm just thinking about what I'm doing now. Really don't have a dream layout. Sorry. Just don't. Thanks for your question, though. One day I'll have one. A dream layout, that is. TriGogglin. Pappy! What's up, Pappy? He wants to know, what is the Conrail engine behind me? Well, that's nothing, but he's referring to this. This is a book. It's called Conrail Under Pensy, or Conrail Pensy Under Pensy Wires. And it's all about Pennsylvania Railroad's Northeast Corridor, I guess, and everything under their wire. And it's all Conrail and all the different railroads that came before and during Pennsylvania. It's a cool book, hardcover, really nice book. Goes pretty far into up to like 2000, and yeah, some cool stuff in here. Spirit of Conrail. It's a cool book. That's what it is. Thanks for your question. Mystic Southern Railway. He wants to know, what's my favorite railroad song? Oh, man, I don't know. Are there any? Sorry, man. I really don't know. What's yours? Thanks for your question. My next question is from NS Railfan 2. He wants to know over there, he's got a bunch of questions. The CSX Local 7200 series rebuilds. Yes, they are. I don't know what they're rebuilds from. I don't know what they're rebuilds from, but they're rebuilds into this, I don't know, CM44 something or other. I don't know. But yeah, there's like a bunch of them that are rebuilt, maybe 10. I don't know how many, to be truthful with you, but you can look it up. Reason for starting 371 back. No idea. I don't know, man. Got no idea why. Glad to see it back, though. Will I live stream in the future? Yeah, I'm sure I will. No schedule or nothing like that. I'm not into that part of it. I have no interest in doing a weekly show, monthly show, live, or nothing like that. Just whenever I feel like going live, I'm going live. That's it. Will my layout be passenger or freight? Freight. And that's it. No passengers. It's just not big enough. Yeah, just not big enough. Thanks for your questions. My next question, I will get to over in the shop. And I'll be back for part 2. See you in a little bit. Part 2! So this is for Bob over there at PK&W RR Modelwerx. Bob wants to do a tabletop out of some 2.5-inch thick, 12-inch wide boards. It's either oak or maple. He wants to know the best way to clamp these to make this top and hold everything together. They're tongue and groove boards, so tongue and groove boards are a plus because they're going to self-align themselves. You're not going to have to fight with trying to self-align this. This is 2 boards, okay? And they're glued together. See that glue joint? You can barely see that glue joint. The key to good tabletops and good results is good material, okay? The material has to be good. Don't just assume that you're getting good lumber because you paid a lot for it. A couple things that you need to do first is find the moisture content of the lumber. Is it stable? Is it flat? Is it milled? So on and so forth. If it's not good lumber, it's not going to stay good. You know, if it is say a non-furniture grade, non-quality wood, like a number 2 pine would be, not something that you want to make furniture out of, because it's just not made for that. It's not quality. It's not quality wood. It's not cut with that intention. Okay, it's not dried with that intention. These pieces, all these pieces that you see here, number 1 standard good wood. They've been in my shop for years, okay, and milled up. This has been in here. Granted, it's just a small little piece, but it's as flat as the day that I made it, and it's going to stay that way. Same thing with this stuff. It's started out as good lumber. Okay, we're done with that. So you're going to have a tongue and groove. This is a groove. A tongue would be here for those that don't know, and a tongue is just that. It'd be like a little piece sticking out here that goes into this groove. Tongue and groove boards, perfect for this. Okay, you have enough gluing surface that you're not going to have an issue with them. Well, the tongue and the groove are going to self-align it, so you're not going to have to deal with trying to keep it flat, hopefully, right? This joint between the 2 is going to be aligned for you because of the tongue and the groove. Should you use pocket holes? No, I would not use pocket holes. And this material here is only about 1 7/8 inches. Bob's is going to be 2.25 inches thick. It's going to be pretty stable material if it's good material. Pocket screws aren't going to do nothing for you as far as helping align it. The only thing they're going to do is what's going to happen, I think, with pocket screws on thick material is if this is the bottom where you're going to put your pocket screws, this joint here may get tight, but your face joint excuse me, may open up because you got all this pressure right here, and your boards may tend to do something like this. That's exaggerated, but clamps are all you need, my friend. Clamps and glue. Battens, if it makes you feel better, you can do a batten. Do you need one? No. Like I said, once you glue these up, they're going to stay that way. Finish both sides. That's important. Finish your material. And, you know, you might say this isn't finished. Yeah, well, it's absorbing moisture equally. And it's still flat, and it's good quality material, so it's going to stay flat. If you do a batten, don't forget, take into account wood expands tangentially across the grain. You do a batten. You got your batten here, you screw it down. You're going to get wood movement. You're going to get wood movement no matter what, if there's finish or no finish, okay? So what you want to do is elongate your holes a little bit so you let that wood expand and contract and not fight that screw. That's up to you if you want to do them. I don't think you need them. Okay, what you want to keep in mind when you do your clamping, clamp up your pieces, like you're using 3 sections, clamp up 2 sections. This way it'll help keep your top flat and you're not fighting any movement that you might get from all 3 pieces. You just got to deal with the movement in the 2 pieces. Okay? When you clamp, okay, what you want to do is make cawls. Okay? Here are cawls. Cawls go on the end and you clamp to your cawls. That way it protects your material. So what you have to keep in mind, you have tongue and groove material. So say if you have a tongue here and a groove here, then you'd have a tongue here. You need to protect that tongue. So take some scraps, rip it. So now you're going to have the tongue side and the groove side. Use that, whichever you need to, on the side as your cawl. Put it together. Get your clamp it up. Keep in mind this. When you're clamping, right, you got this clamp is over top, your next clamp is on the bottom. So clamps kind of, they don't always do pressure all along this, they kind of like cant in. So you're getting pressure here, not necessarily up here, okay, up here. So they're canting, okay, they're not, like I said, it's best to alternate your clamps. How many clamps? Think of this. When you're clamping, you're not just getting clamping pressure this way. This pressure is radiating out at some angle. 30 degrees, 20 degrees. I don't know what that angle is. But it's radiating out. And you can best see that when you start applying clamping pressure. And you don't just get squeezed out here in line with the clamp. You get squeezed out over here. Okay? So you may need to just, instead of putting clamps, here, and, you feel like you got to put them every 4 inches now, probably every 10 inches, 12 inches, just depends. And the biggest thing is alternate, okay? Top, bottom, top, bottom. Whew, man. I hope that helped you. Let me bring you up so you see me. I hope that helped you. In my About section, you can find my email. Get my email and shoot me an email. And be in contact with me that way if you need help or questions. I'd like to see this lumber, so shoot me a link to it. I hope that helped you. I think that about does it for this week's show. So, I thank you all for your questions, and those of you that help answer these questions, hey, let Bob know what you think about this. Because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you have another way. I'm not always right. So anyway, be well, be blessed, enjoy the coming week, and I'll see you somewhere along the way, and some trains somewhere. Till the next time, see ya!